they've learned from the first game. I think the indicators are that Michael Craig still is a little bit ahead of Sean. Sean definitely is using the court much better. He's just not generating the pace that I was hoping he was beginning to do.
15 seconds.
But Nigel Payton, as I was saying, I was talking to him earlier, he was very complimentary of the development in Sean's game. Maybe it's a little bit early yet for him to be quite at Michael's pace. Michael has been playing at a top national level now for 2 years. Sean's just had the last 6 months or so to really begin to work on his game and develop it. And of course, with his body still growing slightly and filling out a little bit, he has to adapt to those changes.
Pre-agreed by 1 game to love. Love
okay.
all.
Michael calls it 1 love and love all in the second game. Sean needs not to give Michael early points in this game. Michael was just slightly out of position, or Sean was slightly out of position and knew it and scampered hurriedly. But Michael played just enough depth on the ball to get it out of Sean's reach. 1 love. Very clever shot from Michael. Change the angle on it. That's lovely depth from Sean. Oh, it's a beautiful shot from Sean. He nods his head, acknowledging himself. It'd be a very tight drop. Well, but it's just so patient squash. Sean felt that he was slightly impeded in getting to the ball, but he clearly showed the referee that he could get to it, so I let it the right call, in spite of Michael's slightly quizzical look at the referee. Look at that for movement. Sean's a beautiful mover around the court. Oh. Sean played a ball down the middle of the court. And Michael was anticipating it going much wider and played the racket behind his back, but not effectively that time. Very clever. Michael realised that Sean was caught behind him, and from very close to his body played a lovely boast. 2-all. The lads are just checking with each other to be sure they're happy with the score. One of the things is if your mind is telling you the score should be something different than the referee calls, it's dangerous to actually restart the game because your mind is still half focused on what the score really should be. I only ever worry when I think he's called it against me. If he called it in my favour, it doesn't worry me so much. So how Michael played that? I don't think he knows himself. He's very fortunate to get away with it though. That's a lovely shot from Sean. Beautiful length on it. Just the right pace. A lovely stretch, and then
3-2.
his wrist flattened the shot out. When it looked like he was going to go cross court, he flattened it out and played a nice, delicate float to the back of the court. 3-2. Sean was slightly more in control, more at ease with himself, I think, in this game. That's
4-2.
4-2. People are beginning to get more encouraging of Sean as they feel that maybe the game is beginning to move more his way. Michael just loves that shot.
3-4.
You just can do absolutely nothing about that. The disadvantage is that if you mistime it and it bounces out, it can bounce in the middle of the court and give your opponent a nice attacking opportunity. They're the choices you take in squash as in life. It's a lovely boast from Sean. I think Sean felt Michael's racket come out of his hand, and he knew he could just feather it into the corner. Five 3. Six 3.
6-3.
Sean seems to have settled in with himself much more. Michael went for that fancy boast, but it didn't work that time. Oh, Michael just waited marginally too long for that.
4-6.
4-6. Oh, that was very careless from Michael.
7-4.
Having got back, closed the gap. That was very injudicious of him. 7-4. Sean punches his fist in the air because he realises that was a class shot, an absolutely beautiful speed on the ball. He knew exactly that Michael was out of position and just pushed it deep into the corner. But you noticed earlier, Michael went for that nick off the backhand into the forehand side and missed it, and that gave Sean slight ascendancy in the rally that he was able to capitalise on. Super is the ability both players have to recover from vulnerable positions. At the moment, they're just playing up and down the wall, short and long, reversing who's in front and who's behind. Just beautiful movement. Here's how well imbalanced both lads are as they play their shots. It's a joy to watch. See, Michael went for that fancy shot when really he should have played it straight down this right-hand wall. That was the place that Michael was that Sean was furthest out of position. He went for it again and missed it. And I think he's given away a stroke. Yes, he did. And quite right too. Good call, referee. And it was all because Michael went for a really high-risk shot. It looks very good, and it gets the audience all excited. But if he's doing it too often and it's not working, it becomes negative. Yes, Sean again outplayed him technically there by keeping the ball tight in the front, and then Michael went for a fancy long drive which didn't work. I think Michael was half hoping he might get a stroke there, but no, I think that was absolutely the right decision. No let. Sorry, I thought he'd given a let. No, it's a no let. Quite right. Sean was out of position and was hoping he was covering the ball. Look at that. The two boys came together, and yet Sean got out of the log jam and came back behind to play the shot and keep the rally going. That's a lovely length. Michael's onto it quickly. Stroke. Oh. Oh. Sean is arguing that he couldn't have played the ball, possibly with some justification. Again, I often think that where the referee is sitting on the centre and where I'm sitting, because I'm high up in the gods, in the cheap seats, on the right-hand court, on the right-hand side of the court. So the ball's coming down at me when it's played down that front court. You get a marginally different view of situations. And I think that view would change and colour your decision-making. So for me, actually, it's important to position yourself correctly when you're refereeing a match, because it does change how you see it. It's beautiful, John. He shaped as if he was going to play a hard, long drive, but he just feathered it into the corner. One game all. The game is beginning to boil up very interestingly. 90-second break. We'll be back in a short while.
15 seconds. Time.
So the referee's called 15 seconds, and then time. As Sean gets the last drink in and gets a new sweatband on. Now that he's professional, he can afford to have more than one sweatband per game. Unlike mullickers like me. But absolutely fascinating the way Sean actually subdued Michael. But in a lot of ways, Michael created a number of his own problems by going for the fancy Grand Slam type winners off the front wall and down into the nick. And where in the first game he got two of them very spectacularly. In that he missed at least four. And then each time he misses, S.Conroy tends to get a slight advantage in the court that he's taken advantage of a few times. A lot of advantages in one sentence, but I hope you understand what I mean. And as they often do at the start of a game, they'll rally up and down the backhand wall. Just looking for a loose ball from the opponent that they can seize on. There's a loose one. Michael didn't attack it hard enough. Because these two lads are just so beautiful movement and so quick that what seems like a disadvantaged position isn't anything like as much of it as it would seem because of their ability to retrieve. I often liken this type of squash to chess, where they're just jockeying for advantage, moving, manoeuvring, trying out the opponents, checking for a weakness. And Sean's weakness there was that he went for a drop that wasn't on. He groans at himself in dismay, having hit maybe 30, 35 shots each. And then a cheap point given away. Michael wouldn't live up. Michael was Sean was overstretching on that. He's aware of it. 2-love. My friend Declan McDevitt was just talking to in the break between games there. He's been here since 9 o'clock this morning refereeing. He's going out for a well-earned break. But then he says, no, I'll just watch this game till the end and then go home. The true lover of the sport. And in fairness, as he, like I would have always said, the sport has given us so much. It asks little of us in return to do a bit of refereeing. Or, in my case, at this stage, talking about it. Oh, that's a nice float. Such patience. Ah, yes, I could see that coming. Super, Sean. In many ways, that for those who don't play squash and don't understand the subtleties, that whole sequence could have seemed fairly mundane, but it was full of light and shade, full of just minor jockeying and feeding as they're doing at the moment, and then sudden injection of pace like Michael put in that time on the drop. Quick drop. Sean asked for that. I think he'd left himself in. He left himself caught behind Sean, or behind Michael, so the referee was right to give no let. A lovely drop. Michael got the drop, and the drop nicked between the front wall and the side wall. An irregular bounce. Oh, that ball was very tight. And Michael was very pleased with that point.
4-2.
4-2. Game is settling to a very definite pattern of both players probing for an opening. I think if they do that too much, oh, that's a lovely shot from Sean. Michael might have slightly the ascendancy because he's got the better ability to play a winning shot. Having said that, Sean made a liar of me by playing a brilliant cross-court drive. That's a lovely Michael was able to generate lovely power in that shot. 5-3. Sean just went for it. He lost patience and attacked it. He lost the point. 6-3. Michael had a slight advantage all the way through this game. Third one will be very significant. Very nice length from Sean. And Michael stretching backwards just a little bit too far. 4-6. If he gets the next point, things just close up that extra little bit. Very nice shot. Michael has that lovely kill into the forehand.
7-4.
7-4. Sean. If you notice just before that, Michael got up and played a high floating lob. Took a lot of the pace off the ball, just got depth on it to give himself time to recover and get back to the tee. And then he played another one from the back of the court to give himself more time. Because he just felt that Sean was in the ascendancy and he was trying to break it up. Yes. If Michael played it straight, there was a danger that S.Conroy would get hit by it. So, yeah, of course you can. Five, 7.
Conroy.
Yes. Michael Craig is looking back at the referee, hoping he wasn't going to give a stroke, but
6-7.
knowing it was very likely. 6-7. Game certainly tightened up a lot. Oh, that was a lovely drop from Michael. Quite high risk, mind you. But when it pays off, it makes it feel worthwhile. 7 rallied. The last 10 points. Michael just plays a drop off a serve and wins it. Sean won't be happy with that.
Just left, 8-6.
Sean there disinterested in what the referee's decision was going to be, just concentrated on rehearsing in his own mind how to play the shot. Beautiful shot from Michael. I'm not sure if I like his gesture afterwards, but I think it's really just a way of geeing himself up. So he's opened the gap up again, 9-6. Oh, Sean, that was a very weak shot. It wasn't even close to the top of the tin.
Game ball.
The trouble is when you're under pressure, like Michael has put Sean under for the last few points, the danger is that you do go for an easy option. Just look at the stretch that they both put in when they're playing shots. That's great movement. It's not just beautiful. Oh, lovely, lovely spark from both players. You can see Sean up the intensity, took the ball earlier, took Michael's time away to just put him into further and further awkward positions, eventually culminating in the point. Still game ball for Michael though. He's got 2 more of them. Lovely shot from Sean. Problem with Sean, he has to be very careful now because the missing a ball has a huge cost on him. That's a nice drop again. Michael got to it in plenty of time, but the ball was just so tight to the wall. It was hard to generate the wrist or the stroke power to get it up delicately enough as not to put him into worse trouble. And he put it into the tin. A very important point, this. Ah, lovely. Sean anticipated that beautifully. Oh, Sean! He created the opportunity for himself. Had it on his plate and missed the drop. He's rehearsing it there in his own head, how he should have played it. Yep, that's how it should have been done, Sean. But hard luck. You almost deserved that point because you created it. Anyway, Michael leads 2-1. They go for a 90-second break, and I'll just get my win slightly.
15 seconds. Time. Mr. Conroy, please be back on court at the end of the 90 seconds.
Now, see Sean has changed his shirt. Can't quite see what's on the back of it. A nice pink on the back of the shirt. I'll have to brush up on my fashion if I do too much more of this. Michael has glasses on. I don't think he was wearing glasses earlier. Interesting. When he was younger, we used to have to struggle to make him wear his glasses. Players under 19, by the rules of squash, have to wear glasses. You can't play in competition without wearing them for safety reasons. But once you're past your 19th birthday, you're okay. That's that. Comfortable let. And they probably begin, as they always do, with a little bit of jockeying for position up and down the backhand wall.
Yes, lad.
Michael was hoping that he might get a stroke there because Sean came across him, but he hadn't turned quickly enough. His racket wasn't up ready. So Michael, referee as he has done all day, has got decisions right. Oh, that's a great shot from Sean. He got a stroke for it too. He played that ball from way behind himself and yet was able to generate the control and the height. Superb.
Yes, lad. One love.
Sean has a very pained expression on his face when he's looking for those lets, hoping the pain might generate to the referee to cause him to be a little bit more generous. That's a very nice shot from Michael at full stretch just to generate that height and give himself time to recover. Nice shot, Sean just fainted to play another drop. And created a tremendous drive on his backhand from Michael, again going for that nick. It's a lovely shot of Sean's. Look at Michael at full stretch there to get to that ball. Sean probably should have played that one deeper. Lovely shot, Sean. And the crowd very appreciative of it.
3-love.
3-love. Lovely shot, Sean. 4-love. You can see Sean
4-love.
very focused at the moment. Michael is just walking around trying to slow the pace down a little bit and give himself a chance to get back into this game. Oh. Very nice action. The 5 love.
5 love.
Oh, that's very nice. Michael went for one that really wasn't down there. 6 love. I think he probably, except this one might have gone away from him. So we'll just play a few shots. Against our free focus for the last game. Yep.
7 love.
Eight love.
8 love.
See, Michael is
9
just going
love.
for quick winners. Sean's totally in control at the moment. Yeah. Michael's saving himself. 10 love. A very quick game. Oh, ball slightly nicked. Didn't come off the wall as much as Sean anticipated. But he still has 9 game balls in his back pocket to play with. From his point of view, the less points he gives back to Michael at this stage, the better for himself. Yep. 11-1. A very easy game for Sean, but I think from about 5 up, Michael stopped competing. I mean, he's still playing good squash, but it was taking high-risk shots that didn't come off. So it's no guarantee that the next game, that the ascendancy that Sean has will carry on into the next game. 2 games all to play for, and they've both gone off to get some words of advice. Regenerate. And I'd say the next game will start with a lot of rallying up and down the back wall just to settle, particularly from Michael's point of view. And maybe the advice he'd be given would be to stop going for quick, easy winners. Because the danger with them is that when they work, they look very impressive and get the audience on their side. But ultimately, if they lose, it's giving easy points to a player who doesn't have to work for a lead. So we'll take a break for a few minutes and come back before the 5th and final game of this absolutely riveting semi-final resumes.
Fifteen seconds. Time.
Now, 2 young men are back on court, getting their arms together to get started with the final joust of this competition. So good luck to both players, and I'm looking forward to it. Michael McElroy, the referee, says S.Conroy serving, Michael Craig receiving. The Leinster clubman and the Belfast Boat Club clubman receiving. Oh, I thought that was going out of court. Nice shot. It's interesting, 3 shots ago, Sean was completely in control. Oh, it's a great depth for Sean.
Stroke to Conroy.
Yes, a stroke, yep. Michael isn't happy he dropped the racket, but Sean worked very hard for that stroke. And it was a correct decision. And from this angle, it was very obvious. A hard-earned point, mind you, which a lot in the last game weren't hard-earned. Oh, Sean. Sean was very unlucky there because, again, he was in control of the rally.
1-0.
To give Michael a bit more confidence. 1-0. Exciting stuff. Michael's calming himself down, getting ready. He likes that high float serve. I thought that was going to go out for a bit.
Stroke to Conroy. And out. 2-1.
Michael just played the ball up and down the right-hand side wall, but it caught the side wall, the front wall, bounced out in the middle. And Sean was onto it like a shot, and Michael wasn't able to get out of the way, so it's a stroke to Sean. That's great recovery.
And out. 2-0.
2-2. Sean wants Michael to hurry up a little bit. He's taking too long in between games, in between points. The law says the game should be continuous. And once the referee calls the score, the player must be ready to serve. I can understand Sean, because if he feels he's in the ascendancy, slowing it down takes some of that away from him. Oh, Sean called that against himself. I'm not sure why. I didn't see it. I don't think the referee did either. But the referee says thank you, and Michael Craig puts his thumb up, saying, well, good sportsmanship. Tremendous athleticism from Sean to get to that. Michael's really playing with a lot of pace now.
Right side.
Oh, I was wondering when Michael put his hand up there. Obviously, it's a way to G himself up. 4-2. A lovely rally from Michael. Tremendous, aggressive squash. Oh, S.Conroy shouldn't have missed that. 5-2. Michael has opened his gap. Sean might start to slow Michael down now. No.
Mr. Craig, play must be continuous.
Yes, the referee picks up on
5-2.
Sean's complaint and is telling him to get a move on. That's a lovely shot from Michael, where he was dug up in the front. And he played very... it's great play from Michael Craig. Beautiful squash.
6-2.
But when he got up to that, he knew if he just pushed it, Sean would be onto it and Flashing would be looking for a stroke, so he played a good height on it. It's a lovely kill.
Mr. Craig, I'll not warn you again. Play must be continuous.
Michael's arguing back with the referee, which I think S.Conroy has a point to argue that Michael should be playing a little bit quicker. Oh, lovely shot, Michael. Lovely depth on the ball.
7-2.
7-2.
Left side.
How quickly this game has changed from 2-0, from actually 1-2. Sean's aware of it. He's trying to get himself to refocus and to stop the rot. Great width on that. Oh, hard luck, Sean.
8-2.
8-2. With a little bit of extra competitive experience that Michael's had over the last 2 years over Sean at a higher level is probably beginning to pay. Oh, hard luck, Sean. 9-2. I have to say, though, I've been seriously impressed with the improvement in S.Conroy's game. Like, the one bit that is lacking has been when he's had the chance to play a hard winner. He just hasn't been generating enough power or control on it. Not yet, but come. And Sean should take heart from the fact that a year ago he wouldn't be playing a fifth set with Michael too often. Oh, hard luck, Sean.
10-2. Match ball. Right side.
10-2. The quality and experience of Michael has just shown through in the last game. That's a great pickup. Lovely length again. A super length for a winning point. Michael wins 3 games to 2. Well played to both of them. A thoroughly enjoyable game that the large audience here have been very appreciative of. So Michael Conroy 3-2.
11-2.
And as Michael McElroy, the excellent referee, has said, Michael Craig won 11-5, 5-11, 11-8, 1-11, 11-2. And Michael marches into the semi.